Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Leo, rising, I am so inspiring. CEO, my title, my...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rich Bulletins Uncut. I have my lovely co-host here today, Arica.
Hi, y'all.
And I have my lovely guest, Dee.
Videos go viral. Take a good look at the fit, lit from my head to my toes. They
Personal chef.
Hi.
I wanna sip of the drip. Watch out when they getting too close. I'ma turn it up, cause I come interrupt. Everybody watch me, gonna level up. No, you cannot touch me. Chillin' in the cut, dodging paparazzi. Big bands feeling generous. Got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty.
Hi, Dee. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a long day, but I am excited and ready to join y'all for y'all conversation because I've been watching y'all.
All right now. All right.
Y'all something else. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank
you. We love it. We love that you joined us on Rich Bulletins Uncut.
Yes, and we are happy to have
Well,
you.
I love the title of the podcast.
Thank
you.
Righteous intentions create happiness. Yes.
Yeah.
How did y'all come up with that name? Okay.
Me, I came up with that name because originally, when we jotted down all of the different names that we did come about, I stated, well, we're rich in the soul. My mom was like, well, what do you mean? And I started explaining it to her, and she was like, all the things that you just stated was righteous intention creates happiness, and that's what rich stands for. And I was like, okay, because I was breaking it down to her about our actual name. And she was like, Ariana, you just explained righteous intentions creates happiness. And I was like, that spelled rich. And bulletin is news. And we are news. We're always giving news. We always got something going on.
Right. Networking,
Yep.
sharing. Absolutely. That's news that people can use.
Yep.
Yes.
And
we be dropping them gems. We don't just be on here just to be on here. We drop them gems.
No,
If you're going to learn something from us. If it's one sentence, you're going to learn.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And our uncut is to let people know, like,
You can say whatever.
You can come as you. If it be you. Be you. We are no judgment zone.
Mm-hmm.
Be you.
Yeah.
Well, this is me after working 4 days straight. Got off the sticks and got here. So I put some lipstick on for y'all. So there y'all go.
You're beautiful. Always. Without the lipstick.
You're still beautiful.
You're always beautiful.
So I can really say what I want. Like I don't have to filter myself and tone
No, you can cuss. We say dick, we say pussy, we say fuck, we say damn. Like we don't believe those words are curse words.
Right.
We don't.
You can say whatever on uncut.
Right.
Okay.
Curse words to us is like what's the curse word? What is one of our curse words?
Morning.
Because I didn't die, so I rise up because I'm a queen.
Gotcha.
I don't wake up because I ain't at a funeral. I rose up.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So that's just some of our little words. That's some of the things because you speak life and death in your tongue.
Absolutely.
With your tongue. So that's just some of the things that we say.
Yes.
So
And welcome again to Rich Bulletins Uncut. And of course, your lovely host is here, ArionMonay.
Momager.
Yes. And it's a pleasure to have you today. I know that we will be discussing a couple of things with you. Most likely your business of being an entrepreneur and personal chef. And just a little bit about Dee.
Yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Yeah, I'm elevated. Yeah, so innovative. Elevated. Sa bossy. generous. Got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty at the top, Mount Everest. Yeah, I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells, puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Leo, rising, I am so inspiring. CEO, my title, my videos go viral. Take a good.
I personally love you. When my mom was like, D coming over here, I was like, D who? And she was, and I was like, so
Yeah.
that's a pleasure.
She see you on Facebook liking my stuff. She be like, who is D? I said my friend from high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook is a place where, like, for me, honestly, is about the social network, right?
Mm-hmm.
If people that you know you've grown up with in some capacity in your life, if they are doing things that are wonderful, or they say something that resonates, or something that, like, I feel like you make a lot of statements that resonates with your, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So growth needs to be celebrated, and Facebook is giving us the option of liking, loving, wowing. Why are we just thumbing up? We love everything. It's all love. You just show everybody love, and the love definitely comes back.
Hello.
Of
Hello.
course.
Somebody just asked me that the other day. They said, well, Erica, we need to get your numbers up. I said, what do you mean? He was like, he said, what did he say? He said,
What are you doing this for?
he said, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this for love? I said, yes, I'm doing it for love.
That's
I said,
not what he asked you. He asked you, what are you doing this for? And you said,
Doing it for
I'm doing
monetary.
it for love.
Right.
And he was like, well, you should be doing it for monetary. And I said, well, if somebody does something that they love, the money is going to come after.
That's what we both said
Because
collectively.
you're doing it out of love. You're doing it out of reaction. So you're going to love everything about what you're doing with or without money.
Absolutely.
With
Absolutely.
or without money. So I had to let him know, like, Mr. Yo, this is not what it is.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Yeah. That's her halfway Baltimore-ness. She moved out of Baltimore when she was 7. Mr. Yo.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Yo.
Yo.
That's like when I say Miss Ma'am or Ma'am Sir. Ma'am Sir. Ma'am,
Yeah.
Sir.
Yes.
I don't know because I don't know what to call anybody now. He, she, they. Ma'am Sir. Whichever one you respond to is the one who you are.
Where you tuning in from?
So I am in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
The plan originally was for me to be at my place, but I'm house sitting for a friend of mine who had to go out of town and take care of some things that they got some big things going on, and I don't like for people to miss opportunities.
Right.
So I'm pet sitting / house sitting because I'm an awesome friend.
Yes.
And so when all that, so it didn't make sense for me to go home where you would have seen a beautiful pink motif in the back of me, and I would have been in all my glory and showing y'all my gorgeousness. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drive there and just sit in front of the window and call it a day. So
listen,
yeah.
We don't care where you are on Rich Bulletins Uncut, baby. We don't care.
But I wanted
we'll film you in the bathroom. We don't mind.
No, I don't mind either. But yeah, I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm originally from Baltimore, Arica, of course, you know. I've been here 3 years now.
Okay.
October made 3 full years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your private chefing business. Like, what do you offer? Are you a global business? Like, just give us a whole rundown.
CEO, my title, my videos go viral. Take a good look at the fit, lit from my head to my toes. They all wanna sip of the drip, watch out when they getting too close. Turn it up, cause I come and interrupt. Everybody watch me, gonna level up. No, you cannot touch me. Chillin' in the cut, dodging paparazzi. Big bands, feeling generous. Got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty at, yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best
be Beyonce's private chef.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal. So on the road there, it's just, and I didn't think, I'm gonna tell you right now, like for me to be cooking now for 2 years straight.
Asparagus, take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Leo, rising, I am so inspiring. CEO, my title, my videos go viral. Take a good look at the fit, lit from my head to my toes. They all want a sip of the drip, watch out when they getting too close. Turn it up, cause
is a stretch because I never thought I would pick up a pot, pan, spatula, knife again. I had given up cooking for individuals when I was in Baltimore. I just stopped. I was like, this is just too much. It's people were asking, like, when you are a creative, right? You want to do things that are innovative, and I'm keeping up with my craft. I'm keeping up with the thing that my art, what I do, and you want me to get you some string beans, meatballs, and rice. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Right.
I don't. That's like being in an advance for your age in class and sitting there antsy because you're not being motivated or being pushed.
Right.
So yes, I'm going to charge you this, and then you want to haggle me for my prices over meatballs, rice, and string beans. And no, ma'am. So I stopped. The joy was gone out of it. I didn't love it anymore. But I've been cooking for a very long time. I've been cooking since I was about 5.
That's awesome.
Since I was about 5, I used to always be in the kitchen with my grandmothers.
interrupt. Everybody watch me, gonna level up. No, you cannot touch me. Chilling in the cut, dodging paparazzi. Big bands feeling generous. Got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty, yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce.
My aunties, the holidays was a big production. Generations were in the kitchen. There were my grandmother, my aunts, my mom, us, whoever. We were always in the kitchen, and I've learned how to do some of my grandmother's recipes. But I've always loved to cook. When I went to Merle, which is funny because I took business, because my mother was like, oh, you need to get a good job. And I was like, oh, I can be a secretary. Why did I want to be a secretary? I couldn't tell you why. I just felt like, that was one of the things that, that's what Black women are. They become secretaries. This, like wear a suit, look cute, blah, 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 blah. Then I got married in 95. Right out of high school, got married in 95. Still was on that path. But when my husband was off work, we would bake together. We would do a lot of baking together on his day. That was one of the things that we did together. It was like, oh, let's do it. And so then people started asking me, can you make this cake? Can you make this pie? Can you make this? Can you? Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Ain't no big deal. Boom, boom. I'll do it. It's not a problem. Yeah, I love it. How much you want to charge? Just, I don't know. Give me $10. Give me $5. Because I just love what I did.
Right.
And then when my husband, I was pregnant with my youngest son, and my husband died. So I had 2 small children, 4 and 1, like not quite 5 and 2 yet. So it was like that little iffy, crazy little stage. I was, hey, Sunday, I'm pregnant. Monday, he died. Literally. So I found myself in this position where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be at Walmart. I didn't want to just be, a worker at Target. Big ups to everybody who does retail, because I'm in retail right now as well. But I knew I didn't need to do that. Like, I wasn't going to be that person. I wasn't going to be on the system. I didn't want to do any of those things. I wanted more for my life. So while I was pregnant, I enrolled at CCBC, Community College of Baltimore County. I got my business administration degree.
Come on.
After that, literally right after that, I went to BIC, Baltimore International College. because I knew how to cook. But you know, when you want to get the money, you got to get them papers. Those papers going to listen, your potato salad can taste like sandpaper. But if you got a paperwork degree that say, hey, I'm a chef, people will hire you faster. So I knew that I didn't want any hindrances. I never had a desire to own a restaurant, but there are some things that I'm working on now because those are my dreams.
Right.
However, cooking has always been there. Like,
So on today's menu, we have salmon fried rice. And why salmon? Well, because you can do a lot with salmon. It doesn't always have to be shrimp or chicken. So I'm going to cube my salmon. I'm going to go across, up and down and across my salmon, cubing it, and then slicing as close to the skin as possible, getting every morsel of meat off of the skin and leaving the skin behind. This is beautiful. It helps when your salmon is really cold. Not frozen, but just really cold. And of course, we have to season our salmon, so we're going to add some olive oil to help our seasonings stick. Now, I'm using a combination of Tony Shashiri's no salt, as well as a seasoning that I picked up from Aldi, which is a black and Cajun seasoning. And you know, I always fumble with these seasonings. I have no idea why, but I do. And now are all of our peppers, our hot oil in the pan. Add your salmon, get it nice and pretty. Now, you know I like the combo of putting it all in the pan. And then we're going to add broth. So essentially, this is like a rice pilaf. You could just eat the rice like this by itself if you want just flavorful rice without adding the protein. You can add anything to it, really. More veggies if you like. So I'll place my lid and wait till all that liquid is absorbed. And it should look just like that. Give it a nice little zhuzh. Add our salmon. And voila. There you have it. Salmon fried rice.
you can always go back to it. I like to watch people eat my food and I like to see them enjoy it. I like them to use all their senses because when I'm cooking with love. Lots of love, not just love for the art, but for the people that I'm working with. So right now, my private chef business started I was working at Target as a manager. A good friend of mine said, why you don't cook anymore? And I was like, you know what? Cooking is just all those things, right? I got real expressive, right? And I smiled and I was excited. And then I was working at Target as the customer service manager. And every time I would say that, my face would be like, I'm the customer service manager at Target. You know, everybody, oh, you work at Target? That's so exciting. And I'm like, it's Target. It's customer service. You know, it's a job. I hate
Right.
that kind of thing.
Right.
And then, you know, they were like, just go ahead and just like, I was like, oh, restaurant week. I'm excited about restaurant week. On top of cooking, I'm a huge foodie. Huge foodie. Like I will, if I got $20 in the bank, $19 of it can go to food. If it's good. So I was making lunch. And then my coworkers were like, oh, Miss D, can you cook us something? You post it on Instagram all the time. We'll pay you.
Yeah, I'm elevated. Yeah, so innovative. Narrating. I'm elevated. Yeah, so innovative. Accelerating.
So he's like, restaurant week is coming up. You just be a part of restaurant week. Tell people, just make the menu. Tell people come pick it up. Boom, you part of restaurant week. So fast forward, I have been doing that for like 2 or 3 months. I was taking their orders at Target, bringing it to them at lunch, delivering them, and it was rolling. This lady stood in my face and fussed at me for 15 minutes straight about something that had nothing to do with me. So as I was sitting there, I started thinking, if I sell X amount of plates for this amount each, I could pay my rent. Everything else will kind of fall in line at that. I don't have no car payment. Went right in my boss's office. I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. He was like, what? Well, hold up, wait, what? Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. You
Right.
know, I said, I
Right.
can cook right because he didn't bought my food. I can cook right. He was like, yeah. I said, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go over there and do that. He was like, but you're not giving me 2 weeks. My last day is this day.
Right. And that's your dream. That's your.
I don't even. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I do not know. I didn't know what I was gonna do, where I was gonna go, how it was gonna go. I just knew I didn't want to because that. Ooh. I'm trying to tell you everything about Baltimore was gonna come out that day, and it was like an angel came and held me back. Holy Spirit, something. So, because I was like, I had like blanked out for a second and started doing math in my head. You know how you see the meme where the lady is counting, trying to calculate? Yeah, that was me. I was like, if I do, my rent is, yes it is. So we going done. I was done.
I'm gonna go do this. Right.
I'm gonna go do that. So then a couple of a day or so later, my coworker had already left. Like I had a partner. We were partners in front and the front. She had started working at Louis Vuitton. She wanted to be like a client advisor. She wanted to sell. So her position would have become open, and she was the greeter at the time. Miss D, you want to come? You want to be the greeter at Louis Vuitton? It'll work in with your other days. You can do this. You get like 3 days off.
Right.
The base is X amount of dollars. I was like, that's more than what they was paying me at Target. Okay. All right. Took the interview on Zoom. They was like, we want you to sell. I was like, no, wait. That's not what. No. And I literally, like in the Zoom interview, I told him, I said, hey, listen, I can cook.
So I decided to make some chicken today, and those are my seasonings. And my chicken piece of choice is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So much flavor. Never dries out. It is just the best cut of chicken for me. And of course I chose organic. Now of course you want to make sure your pan is hot and get it sizzling, because if it ain't sizzling, it ain't cooking. That's facts, y'all. Make sure it's nice and hot. You see that beautiful sear on the pan? Even though I'm using a non-stick pan, I'll still add all the goodness once I add my peppers and onions and my rice and my stock. There we go. We take the chicken out the pan and all that goodness in the bottom. That's where we add in our peppers, our onions. We washed our rice, added that, and added some seasonings. Now, of course, I always had difficulties with the seasonings, but of course, I feel like garlic should go with everything. And of course, a little cilantro. Now, I'm a single gal, so sometimes when I'm cooking, it doesn't make sense for me to buy a whole lot of herbs because they go to waste. Lime juice, of course, to reduce the salt intake. Some chicken broth, and we cover and we let it come to a boil. Turn it up. We want it to come to a boil. Now, right before it boils, we add some diced tomatoes, and that was a last minute thing. And then we add our drained and rinsed black beans. Put our chicken back in.
I'm trying to build this up. So this is a means to an end for me. I'm not here to make y'all numbers do what they do. I'm here to take care of me. I'm going to do some of what you want me to do, but don't expect the full. I'm not going to give you 100%. In the interview, that's what I said. So I was like, however it goes is how it goes. They called me back within an hour and said, we want you to work for us.
Awesome. That is awesome. That's great.
Yep. So that's the story that's my rebirth in Charlotte.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yep. But guess what? Even though that guy was all like, well, why are you leaving? And this, that, and the third, that was your dream. That was your dream. Talking with somebody's dream. So your dream was to be a chef, and that's what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know? It's like, you couldn't stop. They didn't stop what they did with somebody else, telling them the same thing. They went and created Target.
Right.
So you're going to do your personal chef. You're going to do everything that you need to do for you. Because that's your business.
Absolutely.
That's your dream. They didn't stop their dream for nobody.
No. Target kept building until Target was as big as it is right now. Whoever decided.
Exactly.
And I know the story, and I still can't remember it. I know the story. They didn't told me. I can't remember none of the story. However, what I did understand for myself is, it's so crazy because I kind of have been an entrepreneur for a long time.
Okay.
So right out of culinary school, of course, I've worked, part-time here, part-time there. I did my own chefing. I've made wedding cakes. My degree is in professional cooking and baking. So I can cook and I can bake. I prefer cooking because it's not that exact of a science, but I can do it. So, I sold Pampered Chef. I became, I sold Isogenics, which is a health and wellness company. I did a little bit of market. Like I did all of those hustles to make up for not going to, because I wanted to stay home with my children.
Right.
I was getting Social Security for them because my husband was deceased, right? So I just kind of needed to fill in the blanks. And I've always done something on an entrepreneur level where I could work for myself and put demands on my own time. Now, sometime around, maybe my son was in 11th grade.
Okay.
11th or 12th grade. And for the first time ever in all my adult life and me taking care of me and my babies, my BGE got shut off.
Oh, wow.
So you know how they always tell you, well, they can't cut you off during the winter and they, your bills. So, you kind of play that little game because you're just trying to make ends meet and go, make it work. Okay, well, I'll pay part of the bill this month. I'll pay another part. They're not going to cut me off. By the time tax returns come around, you pay the bill. You use your tax return to pay the bill, and that way you can have extra money throughout the year. So play the game. This day, it was warm in February. When I tell you it was warm, we came home, no lights, no nothing. I said, oh, we can't have this happen again. Went and interviewed for Aldi. I was like, hey, I have managerial experience. I want to be a manager. They was like, we don't hire managers right off the front, but you can work your way up. I got interviewed twice that day and hired that day on the spot too. So this little bit of time of me working, I said all that to say from working at Aldi, then moving here and working at Aldi, transferring to Aldi and then working at Target, that's not me.
Right.
Management or not, like 6 or 7, that's this 6 or 7 years that I've been working for somebody else has not been work well for me. I don't do well. I feel like I'm psychologically unemployable. And I say that in the happiest way. I don't like to be told what I don't like to be micromanaged. And everybody have a different style or way that they do things. I've had some great managers and I've had some not so great managers. Overall, I want to tell me what to do. I am my CEO. I'm the CEO of my life. You don't get to tell me when I can come, when I can go eat. It just don't feel good. So my exit strategy went into place. I went into Louis Vuitton with the end goal of 2 years. I gave myself 2 years. And at the end of, I can't see another September. I can't see another June. June is it. I got till June. That's all I got. I got nothing else. After that, I got to take another leap of faith. Because this fishbowl too small. I got to jump. I'm never going to grow if I stay in the fishbowl. I got to jump into the river. I got to jump into the ocean. I got to jump. I can't do this. I won't do this. It's a reverse. I just can't do it.
Yeah. So I understand. I feel like that you shouldn't have to give up on your dream, and you should be able to do everything that you are set out to do because that's what you are put here for. To do everything that you are set out to do, and if you're not able to do it now, at least try. At least try to do whatever your dream is. At least try. Don't just give up on yourself and just be like, oh, I'm going to just do this. So I think that's extremely important by trying and wanting to know, like, oh, I should step out on faith, that I should try to be more than what I'm just around.
Right.
Because Target was Target. Aldi's was Aldi's. Louis Vuitton was Louis Vuitton. Nobody can tell them, like, oh, yeah, you should just go ahead and stop your dream because somebody is telling you to do it. No, they stepped out on faith and they said, you know what, I'm going to do this. So, thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
I ain't wait to make it perfect.
Thank you.
I just stepped out.
Thank you.
Me and my little $500, and I said, I'm tired of doing all this nursing and killing myself. Let me go on and try to do something different for my children.
Right.
and show them something great.
Mm-hmm. So I personally thank you for stepping up and doing what you're supposed to do for you.
Got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty at the top, Mount Everest. Yeah, I'm bossy, drip.
Because that's a part of your happiness.
Yep.
It's a part of your happiness. And that's extremely important.
So, real quick, give us a rundown of the services you offer and where we can find you on all social media platforms.
Yes.
So I offer meal prep.
Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Elio, rising. I am so.
Okay.
And I have a new meal prep client starting tomorrow, which is
Awesome.
exciting. Any private event that you want in your home, I can comfortably cook for 20 people by myself.
Inspiring CEO, my title, my videos go viral. Take a good look at the fit, lit from my head to my toes. There, I wanna sip of the drip.
Very comfortably, I can prepare for 20 people. So if you want a brunch or if you want a dinner party, just a private dinner for your anniversary, for your birthday, I'll just come in your home. I set up everything. I can use your little specialty dishes. Maybe your grandma gave you this platter and you wanted to use it. And you want me to use it to present your food on, that's fine. But I come into the home with most of it prepped, but I cook there and I serve it.
Okay.
I set it up and I serve it. Either seated or plated. When it goes beyond my scope, I do have a team of people that I work with, all Black owned and operated, to set tables, to do decor, bartenders. Like I have built quite a night. I even know somebody now who got the little rotating little, if they want to do that too. I got that too. I know somebody. So I try to create, what I've been trying to do is create a little network in Charlotte of Black owned businesses that are in the entertainment. Like me, it's hospitality. You need all of these elements if you want to have a really nice party. So that's what I've been working on, is building that up for everybody. So it's been nice. So like literally businesses have hired me to do lunches for their team. So I'll do that too, little individual. And it is a lot of work, but I love the reward. You can find me on TikTok and IG at Chef Dark Coco. Chef Dark Coco is for TikTok. On IG is dangerously_DEELicious. Dangerously delicious.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
So y'all be checking Miss D out in North Carolina.
Yes. Do you do private chefing for people that do live out of town? Or no?
So yes, I am open. I'm opening myself up to that this year. If you have a girlfriend's retreat or a weekend you want to do and you want to hire me for the weekend, yes, let's do it. You want breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I got you.
Girl, you're starting to sound like Charity's concierge over there. But that's one of my services. Okay?
But like, I don't have any children. I don't have any small children. My children are adults. My grandchildren are being taken care of by their parents. So at the end of the day, it's really just me. And I honestly feel like I'm about 25 again. At 47, I feel, because there's so much freedom in learning who I am here and what I like and what I don't like and what I'll accept and what I won't accept. And I have no chick, no child. I can just go and do whatever. You need me to fly with you to Belize? Absolutely. I will fly with you to Belize. So honestly, though, the end dream, of course, is to work for Beyonce. But I would also really, really love to try my hand at a food truck. So my brother and I have a really, really dope idea for healthy for help. But it's like kind of like, I can kind of tell y'all off camera, but is
but
like
just give a little snippet. Just give us a snippet.
Yeah, just give us a little snippet.
So
don't drop all your gems.
Right. When you come out of the gym, what are you looking for? When you come out of the gym, huh?
Food.
You're looking for food. So yeah, some really good, nice, healthy bowls.
Interrupt. Everybody watch me. Gonna level up. No, you cannot touch me. Chilling in the cut. Dodging paparazzi. Big dance, feeling generous. Got
then if you want something as basic as oatmeal, I'll have oatmeal with all the toppings.
Mhm.
If you want to grab a couple of boiled eggs to go with it or a couple of scrambled eggs, absolutely. But when I say top, like right now, I'm playing around with a sweet potato oatmeal. So that could be a seasonal, and then you can add. So it's just literally, I want to try my hand at it. My brother said he'll come down and help me. And even I've had ice cream and oatmeal, just oatmeal in a bowl and just dump some ice cream in it. That is the hot cold contrast is amazing. So honestly, like I want to try my hand at that, and I still want to do a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
A bed and breakfast. That's going to make me stay still a little bit, but I can run everything out of the commercial kitchen of the bed and breakfast, not an Airbnb, but a traditional bed and breakfast. Have you ever stayed at one of those?
No.
It is a great experience. You should try it.
I be scared that the place haunted. I'm sorry.
Some places have modern homes. They're not.
I'm just playing. But a lot of bed and breakfasts do be like that. But I understand the concept because, like I said, we own a concierge business, so I'm well rounded in a lot of things. So I definitely understand the concept of the bed and breakfast. So what exactly would you be doing with your bed and breakfast?
So honestly, it's just a hospital. I love to entertain, and for me, I figured out a way that I could. A bed and breakfast was just something that we learned about, one of the avenues that we learned about in culinary school. And actually, my husband and I stayed at a bed and breakfast, like just on the whim, on the weekend, went to a bed and breakfast, and it was really, really cute, really nice. You get to go to the local places in the area. You get breakfast in the morning, and pretty much it's just like you're staying at a friend. That's why I guess that's where the concept of Airbnb came from, except for the people aren't there. The difference is the host probably lives in the house. So I think that's a really cute idea. And then you get to sit and have breakfast with them and get to know the people. So I love people. I will always love people. My interactions with them will determine if I like them. That's a whole nother story. If I like them. But I do love people. I do love people. But literally next month, though, ladies, I want to say I'm starting my supper club. Have you ever heard of a supper club?
No.
A supper club is like it moves. It's like a dinner party that travels each month. So there are some stipulations, regulations. It's my menu. It'll be a 5 to 7 course dinner. I get about 15 people to bring 15 people, and literally we sit and I serve them food, course by course, introduce each course, lay it out on the table for them. I don't care where. Like I want one in a barn. Because I have a vision of it just being a barn and a long table and people just coming around, especially with COVID restrictions being lifted like they are now. Like, I honestly think a move, and then that could become something really big, something really, really, a supper club. It'll start out with 15, 30 people. Take that thing wherever, go rent an Airbnb, set it up at another location, go to a barn over here. Want to have another theme, Valentine's Day. It could be anywhere you want it to be or anything that you want to be. And guess what? It's my menu.
Yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. 'Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Yeah, I'm elevated, yeah, so innovative, accelerated, so bossy, I'm elevated, yeah, so innovative, accelerated, so bossy, puffing on the best asparagus, take my sweet time, never in a rush, 'cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Leo, rising, I am so inspiring. CEO, my title, my videos go viral. Take a good look at the fit, lit from my head to my toes. They I wanna sip of the drip, watch out when they getting too close. Ay, turn it up, 'cause they're coming interrupt everybody.
So you have to eat what I am cooking.
Right.
So I get to really, really show off Baltimore style.
You watch me, gonna level up. No, you cannot touch me. Chilling in the cut,
just get jiggy with it. I can, I'll cook the things from Maryland, but the things that I really love to cook, things that people don't really eat except for if they go to a restaurant, but you don't have to pay the restaurant prices.
Dance, feeling generous. Got a big house, that's my.
It's only going to cost me to rent a spot. I'm going to do all the cooking. You know what I mean? So that is the supper club has to happen. I wanted to do it last year. I got cold feet. I was like, I'm at Louis Vuitton. I'm doing these things. I should really try to give them something. I ain't giving y'all nothing. I gave y'all what I had. So now I got to give it all to me. I cannot keep giving to people and not doing anything for me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's extremely important.
Yeah.
That's extremely important.
That's
so, like I always say, don't keep pouring into people's cups when your cup gonna wind up being empty.
What you gonna have to drink?
What you gonna have to drink?
Absolutely. So I'm huge on personal development.
Okay.
I never work before 10, maybe sometimes 11 a.m. At the earliest, I might have to go in at 9, but I love my morning. So I adopted a 5 a.m. philosophy years ago. Get up at 5 before everybody else is and take care of me. So during that time, I journal, pray, meditate. If I'm not, meditation is still very hard for me. I'm going to be the first person to admit it, but I will definitely journal, and I spend some time reading or listening to podcasts, some positive propaganda, right? Like we listen to so many other things all day, but everything is a choice. So positive, getting that in my brain, that sets the tone for the day. That's when I got rid of cable. I stopped watching the news. And I became a much more productive and a happier person. Now, my journaling is always about gratitude. Gratitude is number one. I started off listing 3 things, and I'm up to like 21. Some days I do it in a whole sentence or a paragraph. Some days I list it out. It depends on how I feel at that moment. But gratitude keeps you from thinking about the things that you don't have.
Right.
And the gratitude is a key to vision. So if you can get grateful for some things that haven't even happened yet, like getting excited about a supper club, feeling the joy of that moment, watching, introducing each dish, plating the dish, watching the people eat it, smelling everything that's cooking, or hearing the chatter, the glasses, the forks clinking against the plate, like all of those things. If you sit really still and live in that vision, the longer you can live in that vision, the shorter the distance between your dream and it actually happening.
Right. I agree.
So there are some things that for me, I sat in the vision just this much and doubled my business from last year. So if I sit in it a little bit longer, what can I do?
Triple. More.
Absolutely. And it's going to be things that bring me joy. So instead of waiting for the other shoe to drop, I'm just going to relish the moment, every moment before it happens, as it happens, just get really, really present and still. And I love baths. I love baths. Everybody should take baths. Do a bubble bath at least once a week. Just sit there and relax. And now you take an hour-long shower, Miss Lady.
Yes,
I
did.
But sitting in I just hate standing all the time, so I like to sit. Sit every now and then. Bubble baths, I go for walks. I do work out about 3 or 4 times a week, but it ain't nothing serious.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to win no competitions or nothing. I just want to be fit and healthy.
Right.
Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Yeah, I'm elevated. Yeah,
Right.
And that's how I take care of myself. I put myself first daily. I can't do anything for anybody else. If my phone is on do not disturb, you don't get to call my phone before 9 a.m. You do not get to call my phone before 9 a.m. because I got things that I need to take care of in my brain. I can't get my day going listening to your stuff.
Right.
Because now
Right.
this stuff in my brain.
Right.
It's time to think about my stuff.
Agreed.
So, like, literally, I protect myself. I protect my peace. I protect my time. You can't
Right. As you should.
As you should. As you should.
So we just want to ask you to share with our audience and your audience as well. What takeaway do you have
For today.
for today?
And it could be encouraging words, anything you would like to provide.
Oh, a takeaway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or anything that you
You
would
just dropped a bunch of gems, so you got a takeaway, boo. Come on now.
Oh, this is pressure.
Well, I'll do a takeaway and then
just
we'll
do it.
around.
Okay, all right, go for it.
So my takeaway is to never give up on yourself, invest into yourself, and go for you. Go for you. Put in that pressure for yourself.
Okay.
So, and try everything at least once.
You should. You should. You should.
What's your takeaway?
My takeaway, I heard her say, just be grateful for everything. Just be grateful. So today I'm gonna say gratefulness.
Okay.
That's my takeaway today. Gratefulness.
Yes.
All right. So my takeaway is two of the most beautiful souls on this entire earth invited me to grace them with my presence for their amazing podcast. Because you see something in me that I probably don't really see in myself ever because I don't think about it. So I wanted to say a most warm and gracious thank you to the both of you for the opportunity. Y'all are amazing. And and I do I appreciate it a lot because honestly, like I just sit and think about things that could happen. And
Right.
it's so many endless possibilities if you open yourself up to it. Like if you open up yourself to it. I had a question. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on one thing. Oh, Arica, we're gonna talk about travel business again because I did look at some of the things. Three places I need to get to this year, and your mom was like, "Okay, well, you should probably think about doing the travel business."
Right.
You should. Yeah, and I was like, "What?
3 times? Yep. A year. Yep. You need to give her Erica. Yep. And let me show you how to pay this money.
I typically don't, and I typically am not. It's like COVID had me like in a little chokehold for a second. I was like, I don't want them people breathing on me in close quarters, saying H words and all them words breathing in my face. No, back up. I don't need to see all of that. So Houston is on the list.
Okay.
Miami is on my list, and New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans is strictly for the food. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, New Orleans is strictly for the food.
Well, you gotta go and have some food, have some gumbo, and enjoy yourself. Get some Mardi Gras beads.
Yeah, girl, go over the top, whatever the club name, and lift your shirt up, whatever. But again, we really, really, really do appreciate you, and we appreciate you taking your time to spend time and drop some gems on our show.
And show some love.
Show some love. You show some love, baby.
Yeah.
You show some
I love
love.
you so much. Y'all are awesome.
We love you too.
And we love you, and we thank you. We thank you for coming to Rich Bulletins Uncut.
We sure do.
All right, thank you. Now I'm going to catch my sleep.
Okay.
I see y'all next time.
All
All right, bye.
right. Bye.
Reading, sa,